has expired. Paul Reiger.
It's been a while.
Good afternoon. Paul Reiger, 15808 Ashford Lane, Georgetown, Delaware. It's been a while since I've been up here, but touched on with P&Z again, with the appointments and the re-upping for the new terms. The last couple of meetings, I listened to one where we had the two of them going out. We had one appointed and one not appointed that day for Mr. Schaefer's district and my district, which is District 2. Found out which one wasn't put on because I didn't know who was running. I haven't been paying attention that much at all lately. But at the last meeting you had, because you declined the one appointment recommendation from Mrs. Green, who was my council member that I voted for. And I don't know, maybe the last 8 years I've always tried to stress, in my opinion, I always thought it was the way of the will, and I believed everybody had an opinion. The council members are voted for by their districts to do the job for that district, and to appoint who down the ballot is going to represent their views or that people that they want are knowledgeable in that position. The Planning and Zoning, the Board of Adjustments should not be taken away from that representative. And I read in the Gazette, which the timing would set me off more than anything else, was there seemed to be a mad dash to replace Mr. Keller in June to July. Now, you know we've had all these arguments where the appointments went a year over, we had other ones held up. Mr. Benson's appointment for Mr. Wheatley was held up for a while, but nobody jumped in to take it and replace it when they could have. They redid the reappointment and got through it. You have all this going on. There may have been a little political steam going on because of the District 3 problem with the voting during the politicking, but we all knew that the replacement was going to happen. It never should have been taken away. But the district now comes back to the other problem. How does District 2 get back a representative for planning and zoning under District 2 representative? Perfect example. Mr. Riley can have his that he did last week. Give District 2 Ms. Wingates, who you all know way back when, I don't even believe should have been appointed on there. Due to her being a Republican, and there's already 3 Republicans on the thing. So, does she get it back? Because Mr. Riley, she's in District 4. You didn't appoint her in the beginning. She came in under Artlett's appointment. So, Mr. Riley, you should have your council members, the one that you recommended last week. Ms. Green should get the appointment given for Ms. Wingate. If anything that you have done during that removal process or whatever you did for the ordinance in the past few months to replace, ask her to resign and give District 2 back their appointment. And just one other thing.
Thank you.
Can I have one more second, please?
Sure.
Now, Planning and Zoning and Board of Adjustment, we've always run as being similar type of appointments. Should somebody go in and take Mr. Hudson's appointment for District 4?
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody else, Chip? Nobody else? Okay. Operator, check online, please. Mr. Green introduced it.
That's all, Mr. President.
Council member comments. Council member comments.
I'd like to make
Mrs.
a
Green.
comment following up on Paul Reiger that was here earlier. When I first mentioned, I've been here for 2.5 years, haven't heard one word out of him. And now with this planning and zoning issue, we have poked the bear, so to speak. And some comments that he made, and one thing that was said for the vote was that there was a vacancy. There was the need to move that vote forward for Brian Butler because there was a vacancy, and that's not the case because Keller Hopkins would have been required by law to stay on there until the vote happened. I think that that was one thing he mentioned. The other thing he mentioned, and I looked it up, Board of Adjustments, there's John Williamson, District 4, is not in compliance. His term was up, but there's the need to take care of planning and zoning, but then we have a Board of Adjustment that's didn't get taken care of. I don't know why, don't know anything about it, but it seemed like there was a rush for one, then the other one's being delayed. That's my comment.
Thank you. Any more council member comments?